Good morning, very dear students. Once again, I am immensely happy here to be in front of you. Today, we are going to learn a beautiful topic. But before going to pay attention towards today's topic, I want to ask you a question. Dear friends, have you ever lost something which you liked very much? Very much? If you have lost something which you liked very much, in that case, I would like to ask you the next question. How did you feel then? What was your mindset at that time? I am sure you would have felt very sad, very upset, very dejected. Dear friends, life doesn't give gains all the times. Sometimes it gives losses as well. Life doesn't give pleasures all the times. Sometimes it gives sadness also. So, life gives both pleasures and sadness, gains and losses. But we cannot stick to the sadness. We have to get going along with our life. In this connection, I remember a beautiful song. I would like to quote a couple of lines of that song. मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. We have to get going along with life, even if the life poses big losses to us. We should not stick to the losses. Dear students, today we are going to see a beautiful poem. In this poem, there is a boy who loses his ball. So, today we are going to learn the poem, The Ball Poem, written by John Berryman. John Berryman was an American poet and scholar. He was a major figure in American poetry in the second half of the 20th century. About the poem, let's see some paraphrasing of the poem. This poem is about a boy who loses his ball while playing. When that boy was playing with his ball, at that time he lost it. The ball skips from his hand and goes into the water. There was some water body. The boy's ball went into that water, and the boy was not able to save his ball from getting into the water. And when it gets into the water, the boy is not able to find it out. The poet says this sight of the boy losing his favorite ball makes him think about the boy and his reaction to this situation. And the poet happened to be there in front of the boy at that time, and the poet notices the sadness of the boy. He observes the situation the boy is in. He further says that the boy is looking helplessly into the water where his ball has gone. He is all sad and trembles with fear. The boy is trembling with fear. The boy is very sad because he cannot bear the huge loss. Of course, the ball may be a minor thing for anybody else, but it was a very important thing from the point of view of that boy. Hence, that boy trembles with fear. He is helpless. He cannot jump into the water and get that ball. So he is watching the ball helplessly. He stands near the harbor for a long time and looks for his ball miserably. The boy is trying to search for his ball. The boy is trying to get the ball miserably, though he knows very well that it is not possible for him to get the ball. The poet says that he could buy him a new ball, but he stops himself from doing so. The poet thinks that he should help out the boy. Instead of just feeling sorry for the boy, the poet thinks that he should give him a new ball, but he doesn't do so. Why? Because he thinks that the money may bring a new ball, but it will not bring the memories and feelings associated with the lost ball. Because the poet knows very well that he may give him another ball, he may give him the new ball, but can he bring back the memories which were associated, which were connected with the ball? No, it is not possible for him. He can give him another ball, but he cannot give him the exact ball. So the poet thinks that he cannot help him out. He further says that such losses will teach the boy the first sense of responsibility. And moreover, the poet thinks that this was the first thing ever in the life of that child, in the life of that boy, that he lost something very nearer and dearer, something which he loved very much, and that will give him the first responsibility, and that will give him the first sense of duty towards the thing which is lost. Here the poet wants to say that now the boy will learn the toughest lesson of life. And what is the toughest lesson of life? The toughest lesson of life, that losses are inevitable. Losses cannot be avoided. They are the part of life, and we should be able to learn positively how to stand up in the losses. Losses are the part and parcel of life, but we have to stand up in the losses also. This is the lesson, this is the toughest lesson of the life the poet wanted the boy to learn by himself. So the poet cannot help him out by giving him the new ball. The lesson of accepting the harsh realities of life, that one day we will lose our beloved things. Nothing will remain with us permanently. There is no thing in the life that will remain with us permanently as it is. So this is how the boy goes through the pain of losing his beloved ball. Now let's see the poem. What is the boy now who had lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the streets, and then a few difficult words are there. Merrily over, that is, there it is in the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. Merrily, that is cheerfully. Bouncing, that is jumping up and down. The boy was playing with his ball, and while playing with his ball, the poet observed that the ball slipped from the boy's hand, and lo and look, it went into the water body. It went merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over, there it is in the water. Where did it go? It went into the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. The author cannot comfort the boy. The author cannot console the boy by saying that there are other balls also, because the author knows very well that he is giving him another ball will not subside the pains of the boy. He is giving him another ball will not curtail his sadness. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy, as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him a dime, another ball is worthless. Pay attention to the few difficult words. Grief, that is sorrow. Sadness, rigid, fixed. Trembling, that is shaking with fear. Harbor, that is dock or port. Intrude, that is invade. Dime, that is 10 cents. And worthless, that is valueless or useless. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. Ultimate, the final pain of losing something makes the boy very sad. As he stands rigid and trembling, staring down, the boy stood fixed. He is unmoving. He is not moving. He is just looking at the ball. By standing like a statue, he is trembling with fear. He is staring. He is looking at the whereabouts of the ball. All his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Why do you think all his young days have been said here? These words have been said here because his memories were associated with the ball. The ball, which is just a material thing, it is not lost. Along with the ball, his memories have also lost. His young, beautiful days along with the ball have lost, have gone. So he is watching helplessly into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. The poet says that he would not disturb him. He would not invade the pains, the privacy of the boy. A dime another ball is worthless. The author thinks that giving him another ball will just take 10 cents and that is worthless. 10 cent is nothing. 10 cent is like 10 paisa. But the author says that he cannot offer him another ball because his memories are fixed with that particular ball, and his love and attachment with the new ball may not be there, but his attachment and his love was there with the ball which is lost by now. Now he senses first responsibility. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys a ball back. Money is external. Responsibility, that is accountability, duty. Possessions, ownership. External, superficial or an outer thing. So the poet says, now he senses first responsibility in a world of possessions. Possessions, what do you mean possessions? Possessions, that is ownership. This is mine, that is yours. That is yours, this is mine. So this world is full of possessions. In this world of full of possessions, the boy, according to the writer, will learn his first responsibility. He will learn how to stand up in the pain, how to stand up in the losses, and the author thinks, the poet thinks that the child should learn this lesson on his own. And the poet also thinks that let the child learn this lesson on his own, and he should not interrupt him, he should not disturb him. People will take balls will be lost always. So what is there? Balls will be lost always. So the pains will also come along with the losses. And no one buys a ball back. The ball or the particular thing which is lost, can it be brought back? No. The same thing cannot be brought back. Money is external, so money will give you the pleasure, and that pleasure is external. But the love and attachment with the lost things cannot be brought back, cannot be bought by money, because money is external. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of life, of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. Desperate, that is hopeless. So what is the condition of the child? He is hopeless. Epistemology, the Greek word episteme means knowledge. Epistemology of loss, it means understanding the nature of loss, understanding the loss, what it means to lose something, the knowledge of that, what is meant by losing something, that is epistemology of loss. The boy is desperate, the boy is sad, the boy has become hopeless and helpless, but he is learning the nature of loss. He is also learning how to stand up in the loss, knowing what every man must one day know. And everybody, whether it is you or me, we have to go through the loss. But at the same time, we must learn how to stand up in the loss. And most know many days how to stand up, and many people know how to stand up because they learn a lesson from the losses. So, I hope you have understood the poem. The poem gives a very beautiful lesson that even in case of the losses, we must learn to stand up. So, pay attention to the concluding part of the presentation, and that is answer the following questions. The first question: why does the poet say, I would not on him? Why doesn't he offer him money to buy another ball? Second question: staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went, do you think the boy has had the ball for a long time? Is it linked to the memories of days when he played with it? And the third question here on the screen is, what does in the world of possessions mean? Fourth question: do you think the boy has lost anything earlier? Pick out the words that suggest the answer. Question number fifth, which is the last but not the least: why does the poet say the boy is learning from the loss of the ball? Try to explain this in your own words. Hope you have understood the presentation. Thank you very much. May God bless all of you.